Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairs Cloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@of affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 9677333862. Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So friends, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of the third week of June. This session will be very interesting and helpful for all of you, so stay tuned till the end. Let's start. The first question is, you have to name the mascot that was recently launched by the Department of Consumer Affairs under Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution for empowering consumers and creating awareness. What was the name of the mascot here? It was Jagriti. The mascot was Jagriti. The media campaigns with the Jagriti mascot will also display the tagline Jago Grahak Jago, that is Jagriti means awakening or vigilance. What was the aim of this particular? It was to strengthen the consumer awareness campaigns in the field of digital and multimedia and to find solutions for problems faced by the consumers. So correct option 4th, Jagriti. If we talk about some sports, Stuttgart Tennis Open 2022 was recently held and Matteo Berrettini and Iga Swiatek has won the men's single title and women's single title won by Iga Swiatek. If we talk about ICC has retained Nitin Menon in their 11-member elite panel. Los Angeles, Toronto and Mexico City, mark this important, they will be the cities that will be hosting the FIFA World Cup for the year 2026. Neeraj Chopra has won the first gold medal of 2022 at Cotton Games in Finland, very important. Then India has won the FIH Women's Hockey Pro League tournament after defeating Argentina. So question can be asked that in the finals of Women's Hockey Pro League tournament, India defeated which country? India defeated Argentina. And who won the Women's Hockey Pro League tournament? It was won by India. Next, which city will get India's first ever underwater metro train by 2023? It will be Kolkata, West Bengal. They will be getting the first ever underwater metro train by the year 2023. This will be a 16.34 kilometer stretch, alright, that will be covered. And the under metro rail will connect Howrah to BBD Bagh, alright, that is in Kolkata. Next question. Which of the following places was recently named as the first cultural and tourism capital of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? First cultural and tourism capital of SCO. Which was it? It was your Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Alright. It has been named as the first cultural and tourism capital of the SCO under a new rotating initiative to promote people-to-people contact and tourism among the member states. Also remember, under this new rotating initiative, the title will be awarded during the India's SEO presidency, that will be from September of 2022 till September of 2023. If we talk about SEO, it is an organization that was founded in Shanghai, China in the year 2001, and it is based in Beijing, China only. Also remember, the members here are China, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Pakistan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. These are the member states of SEO. Next is name the bank that was recently recognized as the world's best SME bank by Euromoney for the second time. It is your DBS Bank. DBS Bank for the second time has been named as the world's best SME bank. By which organization? It was by Euromoney. So the correct option here is option 4th. If we talk about DBS Bank, remember it also clinched the three first time awards at Euromoney Award, and these awards are the world's best financial innovation of the year 2022, Asia's best bank for wealth management 2022, and Asia's best bank for SME award 2022. So these are all other awards, 3 awards that you have to remember that were awarded to the DBS Bank due to the Euromoney. All right, next, if we talk about DBS Bank, where is the headquarter of this? It is in Singapore. And who is the CEO of Eurobank? He is Piyush Gupta. Piyush Gupta, and headquarter is in Singapore. Next, which ministry recently launched Repose Pay, a mobile electric charging platform, and Figital, a fintech platform at the Fueling India 2022? It was launched by Ministry of MSME. I repeat, Repose Pay, that is a mobile electric charging platform, and Figital, that is a fintech platform at the Fueling India 2022. The event that was held in Mumbai, Maharashtra, was launched by which ministry? It is your Ministry of MSME. I repeat, Repose Pay, it is a mobile electric charging platform, and Figital is a fintech platform. At Fueling India 2022, they were released both, and this event was held in Mumbai, Maharashtra. The responsible ministry that released it, Ministry of MSME. Next, recently, who won the gold medal in the 100-meter sprint at the World Masters Athletics Championship that was held in Tampere, Finland? Who is she? She is Bhagwani Devi Nagar. Bhagwani Devi Nagar has won the gold medal in 100-meter sprint at the World Masters Athletic Championship that was held in Finland. Where was this held? This was held in Finland. All right. Also remember why Bhagwani Devi Nagar is important, because she is 94 years of old sprinter. She is from India, and she won the gold medal in the 100-meter sprint. Highly important. All right, she won the gold medal with a time of 24.74 seconds, and also bagged a bronze medal in the shot put also. All right, she also won a gold medal in shot put. She won a bronze medal in shot put event. Next is 74th anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban has been completed recently. That means in the year 2022 it has completed 7th anniversary. That means this was launched in the year 2015. All right, moving on. Which state recently got India's first AI powered Lok Adalat for fast disposal of cases? It is your Rajasthan. I repeat, India's first artificial intelligence based Lok Adalat for the fast disposal of cases was launched by Rajasthan. It was launched by the chairman of National Legal Services Authority, Uday Umesh Lalitji. It was designed and developed by RSLSA, technology partner Jupiter Justice Technology. And what is RSLSA? It is your Rajasthan State Legal Service Authority. All right, what will be the benefits of this digital Lok Adalat? The digital Lok Adalat will be used to dispose of pending disputes or disputes that are the pre-litigation stages. They will also, this digital Lok Adalat will also help to perform end-to-end dispute resolution with easy drafting and finding applications. Next, the Dwarka Expressway, that is a 29-kilometer expressway connecting which of the following states? This Dwarka Expressway will connect Delhi and Haryana. This is also a part of Golden Quadrilateral, and Golden Quadrilateral is between Delhi to Jaipur to Ahmedabad to Mumbai. All right, and this Dwarka Expressway is a part of Golden Quadrilateral. Dwarka Expressway, also known as the Northern Peripheral Road. All right, highly important. Next, Ramnath Kovind Ramnath Kovind sir, who is the President of India, appointed La Ganeshan, the Governor of Manipur, to perform the duties of the Governor of Dash. Means La Ganeshan has been given the additional charge of which additional charge as the Governor of which state? Tell me. So remember, La Ganeshan has been given the additional charge as the Governor of West Bengal, and La Ganeshan, he is currently the Governor of Manipur. Governor of Manipur given the additional charge of the Governor of West Bengal, and he is La Ganeshan. He is La Ganeshan. Very important, friends. All right, remember. Next, and now we know Ramnath Kovind sir, he is the former president of India. Who is the new president of India? Draupadi Murmu ma'am. She will be the 15th president of India, first tribal president and second women president of India, Draupadi Murmu. Next, who was recently appointed as the new managing director and chief executive officer of National Stock Exchange of India Limited for a period of 5 years? He is Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Ashish Kumar Chauhan will be the new MD and CEO of NSE, that is your National Stock Exchange of India, and he will be in this position for a period of 5 years. He will be in this position for a period of 5 years. Highly important. All right, remember this name, Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Now next question can be asked that he will be succeeding whom? He will succeed Vikram Limai. He will succeed Vikram Limai. Next, name the Indian naval ship submarine that was recently decommissioned by the Indian Navy after serving for about 35 years at Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. What is the name of that particular submarine? It is your INS Sindhuvaj. It is your INS Sindhuvaj that has been recently decommissioned. It is a submarine that will be decommissioned after 35 years of service in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Highly important, remember this. It was commissioned in the year 1987 in the month of June. It was one of the 10 kilo class boats that was acquired from Russia between 1986 to 2000. Alright, so remember, it is your INS Sindhuvaj, that is a submarine that will be decommissioned now. It was commissioned in 1987 June month in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, and it has been serving still 35 years, and now it will be decommissioned. Next, we will talk about some important days. 16th of June is observed as International Day of Family Remittances with the theme Recovery and Resilience through Digital and Financial Inclusion. 17th of June will be observed as World Day to Combat Desertification and Drought with the theme Rising Up from Drought Better Together. 18th of June as the Autistic Pride Day with the theme Inclusion in the Workplace Challenges and Opportunities in a Post-Pandemic World. 18th of June as Sustainable Gastronomy Day. 18th only as International Picnic Day. 18th only as International Day for Countering Hate Speech, and 19th of June, that is the third Sunday of June, is observed as Father's Day. Important. Next is Dash from India won the women's single in the Singapore Open Super 500 trophy, while Anthony Sinisuka Ginting from Dash won the men's single title. So remember, PV Sindhu, she is from India. She has won the women's single in the Singapore Open 2022 Super 500 trophy in the women's single title, and Anthony Sinisuka, he is from Indonesia, who has won the men's single title. So the correct option here is option 2. Next, when was Nelson Mandela International Day 2022 observed across the globe by United Nations with the theme Do What You Can with What You Have Where You Are? So remember, if we talk about Nelson Mandela International Day, it is observed on 18th of July every year, and this 18th of July every year, and we know Nelson Mandela is a person who was worked for against the apartheid system. Apartheid is basically the discrimination by the white people on the black people. So he worked against the apartheid system. Also remember, Nelson Mandela Day, it is also known as Nelson Mandela International Day, and it is observed on 18th of July. And the theme for this year 2022 is Do What You Can with What You Have Where You Are. Also remember, he received Nobel Prize in the year 1993. Remember this, for his bringing down the apartheid system peacefully. He was also awarded Bharat Ratna, that is India's highest civilian award, in the year 1990. So correct option here is option 3rd. Next, which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution provides for every state to have a governor? It is Article 153, and we saw that La Ganeshan was given the charge as the additional governor of the Governor of West Bengal And remember, this is the article that every Indian state will have a governor. So this the article is Article 153. Also remember, this Article 153 states that one person can be appointed as the governor of two states. So that is the reason we saw the governor of Manipur, La Ganeshan, was given as the additional charge of the governor of West Bengal. So this article is Article 153. Next, NASA to set 2029 as the target year to launch the Da Vinci mission, that is the mission to the Venus. Alright, they will be launching this mission in June 2029, and in June 2031 this Da Vinci will be entering the atmosphere of Venus. Da Vinci stands for Deep Atmosphere Venus Investigation of Noble Gases, Chemistry and Imaging. This is Da Vinci. Next, in which year did she receive the Padma Bhushan Award in the field of literature and education? Who are we talking about? We are talking about a poet. Balamani Amma. Alright, remember, Google commemorated the renowned Indian poet Balamani Amba on her 130th birth anniversary, that is observed on 19th of July. Remember, in this question asked here is that in which year did she receive the Padma Bhushan Award for field in the field of literature and education? It was 1987, in which poet Balamani Amma has received the Padma Bhushan for literature and education. This year in 2022 we observed her 113th birth anniversary. Moving on. Next is, we will be talking about a committee. Remember, this is a 29 member committee. Recently, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare set up a 29 members committee to make MSP, that is your minimum support price, more effective and transparent. This committee will be headed by Sanjay Agarwal. Alright, the three posts for the representative of Sumaktya Kisan Morcha that spearheaded the protest against the farm laws in the committee. Highly important. I repeat that this 29 member committee that was set up by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare will be headed by former Agriculture Secretary Sanjay Agarwal, that will look into how to make the minimum support price more effective, transparent, and to promote zero budget based farming. So correct option here is Sanjay Agarwal. Next, which ministry launched the India's first unique model to standardize the civil service training institutions named National Standard for Civil Service Training Institution? Which will be the ministry here? It is Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and Pension. Alright, this NSC STI were introduced at the Capacity Building Commission, that is your CBC headquarters, that is located in New Delhi, by Dr. Jitendra Singh. He also inaugurated the web portal and approach paper for the national standards. Under this, remember, CBC is to provide a baseline for the central training institutions regarding their current capabilities to enhance their quality and capacity of training delivery and to streamline the standards for training. India will now have standards and accreditation for training institutes for the first time, in addition to higher education, healthcare and environment. Next, which company is set to become the first e-commerce marketplace to debut on ONDC? It is your Snapdeal. What is ONDC? It is Open Network Digital Commerce. So the first company to become the first e-commerce marketplace to debut on ONDC, that is Open Network Digital Commerce, will be your Snapdeal. Highly important. This network will first begin in pilot basis in 5 cities. They are New Delhi, Bangalore, Coimbatore, Bhopal and Shillong. Correct option here is option 1. Next, in July, the central government declared 0-0 principal instrument as securities for the purpose of Securities Contract Act of 1956. So remember, it is zero coupon, zero principal instrument as securities that was recently declared by central government for the purpose of the Securities Contract Regulation Act of 1956. So the correct option here is option 5. These are the instruments that are issued by not-for-profit organization, that are NPO, which will be registered with SSC segment of a recognized stock exchange and will be governed by the rules made by the SEBI. SSC will serve private and non-profit sector providers by channeling greater capital to them. Next, according to the Forbes list of real-time ranking of the world's billionaires list, as of 20th of July 2022, Gautam Adani secured 4th rank in the list by surpassing Dash, while Elon Musk is on the top position. Remember, recently Gautam Adani has surpassed Bill Gates to become the world's 4th richest person. He is currently the Asia's richest person, he is also the India's richest person, and he is world's fourth richest person now. We are talking about Gautam Adani. So correct option is he surpassed Bill Gates to become the fourth richest person in the world. Next, West Indies cricketer has recently announced their retirement from international cricket. Who is he? He is there are two person, Lendl Simmons and Jason Hodler. They both, Jason Hodler and Lendl Simmons, they both have announced their retirement from international cricket. They both are from West Indies. They both play cricket. Next, Adani Sportsline announced the name of its team in UAE International T20 League, and what will be the name? It is Gulf Giants. I repeat, Gulf Giant is the name of the team of Adani Sportsline company that they have purchased in UAE International T20 League. That is Gulf Giants. Correct option, option second. Next is India has jumped 6 places to rank as 37th in the World Competitiveness Index, and in this particular World Competitiveness Index released by IMD, Denmark has secured the top position, second was Switzerland, third was Singapore, and India stood at 37th position while US was on 10th position. Next, 19th edition of the Asian Games 2023 will be held where? They will be held in Hangzhou, China. Highly important. Olympic Council of Asia announced China is set to host the postponed Asian Games in September 2023. These will be the 19th edition of the Asian Games that will be held now in the year 2023 in the Hangzhou, China. Also, first Olympic values education program was launched in Odisha. Next question. Dash became the first state in India to connect all registered commercial vehicles equipped with vehicle location tracking device with emergency response support system. I repeat, it was your Madhya Pradesh that became the first state in India to connect all the registered commercial vehicles. All registered commercial vehicles under vehicle location tracking device and emergency response support system. So two things you have to remember, VLTD and ERSS, and it was your Madhya Pradesh that became the first state to connect all the commercial vehicles under this. So correct option, option B. Next, Henley Passport Index. According to this Henley Passport Index, what is the rank of India in this passport index? It is 87th. Japan has secured the first position. That means people having Japanese passport can travel to 193 nations visa free. That means they will be granting visa on arrival. If we talk about India, Indians can visit 60 countries without visa. That means they will be getting visa on arrival on 60 countries. So here the correct option is Japan secured the first position and the rank of India was 87th in this Henley Passport Index released by Henley and Brothers. Next, when was the World Chess Day observed across the globe by the UN? It was on 20th of July. We observed the World Chess Day. Also remember, FIDE Chess Olympiad was held in which state of India? It was held in Tamil Nadu. Where is the headquarter of FIDE? It is in Lausanne, Switzerland. Next, China. China launched the third aircraft carrier that was named Fujian, and this is developed in their own country. All right, developed by Chinese, indigenously developed by China only. That is Fujian. First, and it is first indigenously developed. All right, third aircraft carrier, but first indigenously developed. It is Fujian. India and Bangladesh to hold first physical joint consultative commission meet in New Delhi. Pakistan will continue to stay on the FATF's grey list, and who is the president of FATF? T. Raja Kumar. First Singaporean to be appointed as the president of FATF is T. Raja Kumar. Over 36 million children displaced worldwide due to conflicts in 2021 as per the UNICEF report. Then China became the largest importer of Indian broker rice. China's president will host 14th BRICS summit in Beijing. 20th ministerial conference was held in WTO. 12th ministerial conference was held in Geneva of World Trade Organization. Geneva is in Switzerland. So remember, it was co-hosted by Switzerland and Kazakhstan, the 12th ministerial meeting of WTO. Next, the Dash edition of the International Film Festival of India is scheduled to be held in Goa from 20th to 28th of November 2022. So remember, which edition of it? It is the 53rd edition of the International Film Festival. This is scheduled to be held in the month of November. That will be held in Goa. So answer is correct, 53rd edition. Next is you have to name the country from which India will be, or let me tell you, the question here is name the country that signed an MOU with India for wildlife conservation and sustainable biodiversity utilization. Apart from this, question can be asked that India has signed an MOU, or India will be purchasing 8 cheetahs. From which country? It is from Namibia. And these cheetahs will be placed where? They will be in the Juno National Park. In the Juno National Park, and this Juno National Park is in Madhya Pradesh. Correct option here is Namibia. Next, which organization recently released a report that is Digital Banks, a proposal for licensing and regulatory regime for India? It is your which organization? Niti Aayog has released a report that is Digital Banks, a proposal for licensing and regulatory regime for India. Highly important. This report was released by Vice Chairperson of Niti Aayog. He is Suman K. Berry. Chief Executive Officer Parmeshwaram Iyer. He is the new CEO. Alright, remember this. As per the report, Digital Business Bank may be required to bring in 20 crore rupees of minimum paid up capital in the restricted phase. Moving on. Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan has completed how many years? It has completed 2 years. This scheme was launched during COVID-19 to provide jobs to the people, because many people have lost their job during lockdown, and many proportion of the population lives on daily wages. Next, which country recently signed an MOU with India for judicial cooperation? It was Maldives. Alright, I repeat, MOU with Maldives was the 8th agreement signed by India with other countries in the field of judicial cooperation. Under this MOU, both the sides will exchange knowledge and technology in judicial and other legal areas and further the objectives of neighboring first policy. So correct option, Maldives. Next, which of the following airports of the Airport Authority of India is being built as the India's first carbon neutral airport? It is your Leh Airport of Ladakh that is being built as the India's first carbon neutral airport. If we talk about Indira Gandhi International Airport, it is working on hydro and solar energy. It was the first airport to work on the renewable energy, and the target of Indira Gandhi International Airport is to become carbon neutral by the year 2030. Next, name the bank that has recently joined India-led coalition for disaster resilient infrastructure to limit the destruction caused by climate change. It is your European Investment Bank that has joined the Indian-led coalition for disaster resilient infrastructure to limit the destruction caused by climate change. Also, European Investment Bank has planned to double its annual investment in India from about 50 million euro in the next 2 years. All right. Moving on. Next is World Bank. Where is the headquarter? Washington DC. World Bank has announced that it is set to fund 200 million US dollar for the Himachal Pradesh Power Sector Development Program. Direct question, that World Bank will be funding $200 million to the Himachal Pradesh Power Sector Development Program. The total cost of this Power Sector Development Program will be estimated to be approx about 2,000 crore rupees along with the state equity. Here the funding from the World Bank is expected to be available by the beginning of 2023, and the project duration will be completed in the 5 years, that is from 2023 to 2028. So remember, World Bank gave $200 million for the Himachal Pradesh Power Sector Development Program. Next, which organization approved 5 new projects worth $875 million for various departments in Brazil, China and India? It is your New Development Bank, that is NDB, has recently approved 5 new projects in Brazil, China and India that will be worth $875 million. Highly important. Alright, remember this. In Brazil, they will be spending around $800 million. Then $300 million. In China, roughly about another $300 to $400 million in China, and in India around $79 to $80 million will be spent for the Meghalaya Ecotourism Infrastructure Development Project. So it is your New Development Bank. Question can be asked, New Development Bank will be funding $80 to $90 million for the Meghalaya Ecotourism Infrastructure Development Bank. Remember that also. Next, who was recently appointed as the Managing Director of the National Bank Financing Infrastructure and Development by recommendations of the Financial Service Institutions Bureau? It will be your Rajkiran Rai Ji. Option is not given. Option 5, Rajkiran Rai Ji. will be now appointed as the Managing Director of the National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development by the recommendation of FSIB, that is Financial Service Institutions Bureau. He is the first ever candidate to be recommended by FSIB, an autonomous professional body tasked to identify personnel for appointment as whole-time directors and non-executive chairmen in public sector banks. Also remember, NABFID is newly created department of created development financing institution which aims to support development of long-term non-resource infrastructure financing. Alright, so correct option here is option 5, Rajkiran Rai ji. Next, name Indian first indigenous human passenger pilotless drone launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in July 2022. What will be the name of that particular pilotless drone? It will be Varuna. Remember, this can carry one individual. It can carry one individual in this Varuna. It can carry a payload of up to 130 kg. That means one individual can be carried in this. It has a range of up to 25 kilometers and it has a round minute time that it can cover this time period kilometers in around 25 to 33 minutes of flight time. Alright, so remember this Varuna, it was developed by a startup that is Saga Defense Engineering. What is the name of the startup that developed this Varuna? That is a pilotless drone that was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is Saga Defense Engineering. Alright, it has a capacity of carrying one human inside. So correct option here is option 2nd. Next, when was the first ever International Moon Day 2022 observed across the globe by UN with the theme of Lunar Exploration, Coordination and Sustainability? On 20th of July, the first ever International Moon Day was observed on 20th of July by the globe or across the globe by United Nations. And reference, remember the theme, that is Lunar Exploration, Coordination and Sustainability is the theme of the first ever International Moon Day observed by United Nations. This is very important, friends. I want you all to take a note of this. Alright, what is the theme? Lunar Exploration, Coordination and Sustainability. Also remember, Apollo 11. It was the first aircraft that launched and took Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin to the surface of the moon. It was on 20th of July 1969 that these people landed on Mars and they became the first ever humans to step foot on the lunar surface. So that is the reason on 20th of July we will be observing that first ever International Moon Day since 2022 with the theme Lunar Exploration, Coordination and Sustainability. Next, name the first insurance company to launch pay as you consume, an add-on motor insurance cover. We have discussed this multiple times that new type of insurance is coming into the market that will be not on the basis of the time period but on the number of the kilometers you are driving for your car. So that was launched by Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. Add-on features means add-on kilometers will also be provided to you for your insurances. Next, what is the economic growth forecast for India's GDP for the fiscal year 23 as per the Asian Development Bank in their Asian Development Bank Outlook that was released in July 2022. So the output was 7.2% GDP growth rate for the fiscal year 2022 of India. If we talk about FICCI, the FICCI released India's GDP growth rate to be 7% for the same period, that is from fiscal year 23. So here the correct option for ADB, that is your Asian Development Bank forecast is how much? 7.2%. It is how much? 7.2%. Next, Draupadi Murmu ma'am. We know she is the 15th President of India. She is the first tribal to be appointed as the President of India. Second woman to be appointed as the President of India. Question asked here, she belongs to which tribe? As we know, she is the first tribal. So she is from the Santhal tribe. Highly important. Alright. She is from the Santhal tribe to be appointed as the 15th President of India, and she appointed during the 16th 16th presidential election that held in the year 2022. Apart from this, remember there is a President of India is under the Article 52. Executive powers of President is in the Article 53. Election of President is in the 54. Manner of election of President is 55. Term of President is given in the Article 56, and Article 61 is related to impeachment of President, and we have taken this impeachment of President from United States of America. Next, China finally launched their third aircraft carrier. We just saw it was Fujian. Next, who was appointed as the 15th Prime Minister of Sri Lanka? Who is he? Tell me. We know Ranil Wickremesinghe is the president of Sri Lanka now. But the question asked to you is, who has been appointed as the 15th Prime Minister? He is Dinesh Gunawardena. Dinesh Gunawardena has been appointed as the 15th Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Highly important. Next, name the pass which goes between Pakyong district of Sikkim in India and Tibet Autonomous Region of China. Which is the pass? It is your Jalepla Pass. Highly important. Question can be asked that where is this pass located? It is located between the Pakyong district of Sikkim and Tibet Autonomous Region of China. Jalepla Pass. La means pass only. Next, name the district that has recently became the India's first Har Ghar Jal certified district. This district is located in Madhya Pradesh and the name is Burhanpur district. Highly important. This was announced by whom? Ministry of Jal Shakti. And remember, Burhanpur is also known as the Darwaja of Dakshin, that is the gateway of Deccan. This is known as the gateway of Deccan, or you can say Darwaja of Dakshin. There are 254 villages in this particular district. All will have now access to drinking water, safe drinking water under Jal Jeevan Mission. Next, in which city India's first of its kind brain health clinic was inaugurated? This brain health clinic was inaugurated in Bangalore, Karnataka. Very important question, friends. All right, the first of its kind brain health clinic was inaugurated in Bangalore, Karnataka. Also remember, it was established under KABI scheme. What is KABI? It stands for Karnataka Brain Health Initiative in association with NIMHANS. And what is NIMHANS? NIMHANS is your National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. Next, Canara Bank has launched the first mobile banking application. What was it named? The name of the Canara's banking application is Canara AI One. The app has advanced features such as intuitive user interface, user experience with personalization also. Canara Bank was established in 1906. Chairman and managing director is Lingam Venkata Prabhakar and the headquarters is in Bangalore, Karnataka. Next is you have to name the application that was launched by UIDAI for face authentication. It was Aadhaar Faced RD. Aadhaar card is a 12-digit number. You have to remember this also. Alright, it will enable citizens to use face authentication for several other apps including Jeevan Praman, ration distribution scheme, COVID vaccination app, scholarship schemes, farmer welfare schemes like PM Kisan scheme. So for all this, face authentication will be done under the application that is Aadhaar Face RD. If we talk about UIDAI, who is the CEO of UIDAI? He is Dr. Saurabh Garg and the headquarters is in New Delhi. Frontier is the supercomputer of United States of America and it has dethroned or it has become the world's fastest supercomputer. Who was earlier fastest supercomputer? It was Fugaku of Japan and now Frontier has replaced Fugaku to become the world's fastest supercomputer. Next, when was the National Broadcasting Day 2022 celebrated across India? It was on 23rd of July that we observed the National Broadcasting Day. Highly important, friends. It is 23rd of July. Next is, in which state the Ministry of Power organizes Ujjwal Bharat Ujjwal Bhavishi Festival? This Ujjwal Bharat Ujjwal Bhavishi Festival was observed where? It in Goa. Saujao Festival in Goa. National Museum for Customs and GST. It is also in Goa only. Next, who recently became the first climber in the world to summit 14 highest mountains for the second time? She is Shanu Sherpa. Alright, Shanu Sherpa, she is 47 years of age. Alright, she became the first climber in the world to summit 14 highest mountains. All are higher than 8,000 meters in height. Alright, next, Michelle Barswell recently became the first cricketer to take a hat-trick in his first ever over T20 cricket. Michelle Barswell belongs to which country? She is from New Zealand. Alright friends, so that's all for our video. I hope you have enjoyed our session. This was a very quick and interesting video for the revision perspective. Also friends, do check our shorts that we have been uploading on our YouTube channel on daily basis. Apart from this, quarterly videos are also very important, then weekly videos, after that monthly videos. These all videos that we have been uploading on daily basis are very important and you can revise from these videos very efficiently. Apart from this, do follow our daily current affairs video also that have been uploaded regularly. Alright friends, so if you want us to continue with such session, you know what you have to do. You have to comment below and let us know what are your views on such videos. So that's all for the day friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.